Om Shanti. Welcome
Om
all of
Shanti.
Values for Life series, episode
వాల్యూస్ ఫర్ లైఫ్ సిరీస్ ఎపిసోడ్ 66 కి మీకు అందరికీ స్వాగతం.
listen.
మనందరికీ కూడా
Stop sharing that. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. So welcome to this episode on eagerness, and we are very eager to listen to our dear
ఉత్సుకత
sister.
అనేటువంటి అంశం పైన మనం మాట్లాడుకునేందుకు మనందరివి కూడా ఇక్కడ కలుసుకున్నాము. సిస్టర్ చెన్నా గురించి అయితే మనకి కొత్తగా చెప్పవలసిన అవసరం లేదు. ఆమె గురించి చాలా విషయాలు మనకు తెలుసు. అలాగే ఇప్పుడు సిస్టర్ క్రీనా కూడా మనతో ఉన్నారు. ఆవిడ 40 years నుంచి బ్రహ్మకుమారీస్ లో డెడికేటెడ్ గా ఉన్నారు. యునైటెడ్ నేషన్స్ 4 ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ లోని ఆమె పార్టిసిపేట్ చేశారు. ఇద్దరు స్పీకర్స్ కి కూడా చాలా థ్యాంక్ యూ. ఎందుకంటే ఇద్దరికి కూడా అప్పటికప్పుడే చెప్పడం జరిగింది. క్రీనా సిస్టర్ ఇండియన్ గానే ఉన్నారు. వాషింగ్టన్ డీసీలోని అమెరికా మెడిటేటింగ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ బాగా నడిపిస్తూ ఉన్నారు. ఇప్పుడు వీరిద్దరు గురించి ఒక చిన్న పోయం అనేది చెప్పడం జరుగుతుంది. మన అందరివి కూడా ఉన్నతంగా ఉండడానికి మనకు ఒక దారిని చూపిస్తున్నారు ఇద్దరు కూడా. చేదు నుంచి మనల్ని దూరంగా ఉంచడానికి ప్రయత్నిస్తూ ఉన్నారు. మనం మన జీవితాన్ని ఆత్మిక స్థితి యొక్క అటువంటి స్థితిలోని జీవిద్దాము. చాలా మందికి జీవితము ఒక బాధగా ఉంటుంది. ఎందుకంటే వారు ఆత్మ యొక్క ఆధ్యాత్మిక శక్తిని గుర్తించలేదు. సో మన బిజీ టైంలో నుంచి కూడా మనం టైం తీసి మనం ఈజీగా ఉండడం నేర్చుకుందాము. ఇప్పుడు ఇద్దరుని కూడా మనం ఆహ్వానిద్దాము అఫీషియల్ గా. గుడ్ మార్నింగ్, గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్, గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్. అందరికి ఒక్కొక్కరు ఒక్కొక్క దేశంలో ఉన్నారు. అందరికీ కూడా వారందరికీ విషెస్ తెలియజేస్తున్నాం. మీరిద్దరూ మా దగ్గర ఉండడం, ఈ రోజు మాతో జాయిన్ అవ్వడం మాకు అదృష్టంగా భావిస్తున్నాము. ఇప్పుడు మీరు నేర్పించేది మేము వింటున్నాము. అందుకే మీ కొరకు కొన్ని పుష్పాలని అందిస్తున్నాము. ఇది స్ప్రింగ్ టైమ్. ఈ పువ్వులన్నీ మీకోసమే. సో ఈ పింక్ కలర్ ఫ్లవర్స్ ని ఎంజాయ్ చేయండి. ఎప్పుడైతే ఈ పువ్వులు చూసానో మన సిస్టర్స్ లాగే ఉన్నారు అని అనుకున్నాను నేను. మీరందరూ ఇలాగా దీనికి వచ్చినందుకు చాలా ధన్యవాదాలు. మీ ఇద్దరి నుంచి ఎన్నో విషయాలు విందామని ఆతృతగా కూర్చున్నాం.
And Om Shanti to my dear friend Kreena. I've been eagerly waiting to have such a time with you, somebody that is just so experienced and has done so much in her spiritual
నేను
journey.
క్రీనా బెహన్ తోని ఇలాగా కలవడానికి చాలా అదృష్టంగా భావిస్తున్నాను. ఎందుకంటే చాలా నుంచి నేను ఎదురు చూస్తున్నాను ఇలాంటి వారితోని సమయం గడపాలి అని. ఈ రోజు ఇంత ఉన్నతమైన బ్రాహ్మణ ఆత్మల దగ్గర నుంచి కలవడానికి నేను చాలా అదృష్టంగా భావిస్తున్నాను. ఈ సెషన్స్ అన్నిటి ద్వారా మీరు ఎంజాయ్ చేస్తున్నారని భావిస్తున్నాను. ఇంకొక ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ సెషన్ కోసం కూడా ఎదురు చూస్తున్నాను. ఎందుకంటే ఏదైతే ఉత్సుకత గురించి మనం మాట్లాడుకుంటున్నామో అదే చాలా చాలా ముఖ్యమైనది, మంచిది. ఎప్పుడైతే మైక్ జార్జ్ ఈ
about eagerness. I'm not an eager person. I'm
ఈగర్నెస్
enthusiastic,
గురించి, ఉత్సుకత గురించి నాకేం తెలియదు కదా, నేను ఏం
but if I go
చెప్పగలుగుతాను అని
deeper
అనుకున్నాను.
into it,
కానీ నేను ఎప్పుడైతే నా లోతులుగా వెళ్ళడం మొదలు పెట్టానో,
my gosh, you're
బ్రదర్
just full
సంతోష్,
of eagerness. You're always living towards the future. What next? What next? What next?
మీరు
And
ఎప్పుడు కూడా
I can't
ఫ్యూచర్
wait to
తర్వాత
share
ఏమి,
with you
తర్వాత ఏమి, వాట్
more.
నెక్స్ట్ అని అంటూ
And I just
ఉంటారు
want to share with
అని
everyone
మాకు ఒక బ్రదర్
we're a
చెప్పారు.
Christian values forum that's been traveling with us for quite some time.
స్పిరిచువాలిటీ వాల్యూస్ అనేవి మనతో
Invite
పాటు
each of the speakers
ఎన్నో ఏళ్లుగా
to join
ప్రయాణిస్తూ
this
ఉన్నాము.
illustrious platform. And I want to tell you, we too
అందరికీ ఇది చెప్పాలనుకుంటున్నాము. మేము కూడా ఎవరెవరైతే మాట్లాడుతూ
just
వచ్చామో
want to go
మేము
deeper
కూడా
into
ఎన్నో విషయాలు
what the
నేర్చుకుంటున్నాము.
universe is going to open up for us today. Huh?
ఈ రోజు ఈ యూనివర్స్ మన కోసం ఏది ఓపెన్ చేస్తుంది అనేది మనము ఎదురు చూస్తున్నాం. నాకు నా జీవితాన్ని కూడా వెనక్కి తిరిగి చూస్తూ ఉన్నాను. ఆధ్యాత్మికం వైపు నడవక ముందు కూడా, ఒక నార్మల్ పర్సన్ గా ఉన్నప్పుడు కూడా, నేను ఎప్పుడైతే నా టీన్స్ లో ఉన్నానో నేను ఎక్కడ ఉత్సుకత చూపించాను అనేది నన్ను నేను చెక్ చేసుకున్నాను. నాకెప్పుడు కూడా నా స్నేహితుల పట్లే ఉత్సుకత ఉండేది. వారిని కలవడానికి ఉత్సుకత చూపించేదాన్ని, వారితో సమయాన్ని గడపడానికి చూపించేదాన్ని. దాని నుంచి నేను నేర్చుకున్నది ఏంటి అంటే, ఏదైతే నీ ప్రపంచంగా మారిపోతుందో అప్పుడు నీకు ఉత్సుకత పెరుగుతూ ఉంటుంది అని. అప్పుడు బయట నుంచి ఏదైనా ఎక్స్ట్రా ఎనర్జీ పెట్టాల్సిన అవసరం ఉండదు. కానీ ఆధ్యాత్మికంగా మనం ముందుకు వెళ్తూ ఉన్నప్పుడు, నేను ఆధ్యాత్మికంగా ఎదుగుతున్నప్పుడు నా జీవితంలో ఏం జరిగిందని ఆలోచిస్తే, ఒక విషయం ఏంటి అని అంటే, సెంటర్స్ లో ఉన్నటువంటి యంగర్ సిస్టర్స్ ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో సెంటర్స్ లో, వారి యొక్క కమ్యూనికేషన్, వారి యొక్క
me really, and anytime I had them, I had to converse with them.
నేను వారితో ఎన్నో విషయాల్ని చర్చించాల్సి వచ్చేది. దానివల్ల నేను ఎంతో ఎదిగాను అని భావన అనిపించింది. అందువలన దానిలో ఎంతో ఉత్సుకత తెలిసింది.
I used to be with my, center younger spiritual sisters, wherever I was with them.
యంగర్ సిస్టర్స్ తో ఉన్నప్పుడు నేను ఎప్పుడు కూడా నాలోని ఉత్సుకత అనేటువంటి ఈ వాల్యూని ఇంకా పెంచుకుంటూ వచ్చానని అనిపించింది. ఇది కూడా ఒక ఎమోషనే. ఒక గుణం కన్నా ఎమోషన్ ఎక్కువగా అనిపిస్తుంది. ఇది చాలా పాజిటివ్ ఎమోషన్. మీరు చెప్పినటువంటి స్టోరీ వింటుండగా చాలా ఆనందం అనిపించింది. నేను చిన్నగా ఉన్నప్పుడు, యంగ్ గా ఉన్నప్పుడు నా ఉత్సుకత అంతా కూడా నేను మిలియన్ సంపాదించాలి అని. మనం ఏదైతే ఉత్సుకత, ఉత్సాహము, యాంగ్జైటీ అని చెప్తూ ఉంటాం, ఇవి అన్ని చోట్ల ఉన్నాయి. కానీ దాన్ని మనం ఎటువైపు పెడతాం అనేది ముఖ్యమైనది వెంటది. నేను ఏదైతే చెప్పాలనుకుంటున్నాను దాన్ని సింప్లిఫై చేయాలనుకుంటున్నాను. ఎందుకంటే ఈ ఆధ్యాత్మిక జీవితంలో చాలా దూరంగా ప్రయాణం చేస్తూ ఉన్నాను. దూరం నుంచి ఆత్మలోని, ప్రతి ఆత్మలోని ఏదో ఒకటి రికార్డ్ అయ్యి ఉంటుంది. మీరు అందరూ కూడా నేను చెప్తున్న దానిపైన ఒకసారి మీ గురించి మీరు ఆలోచించాల్సిందిగా కోరుతున్నాను. అందరిలోని కూడా, ప్రతి ఒక్కరిలో కూడా ఒక రికార్డింగ్ ఉంది. అది ఆంతరికంగా లోపల ఉంది. మనలోని ఉత్సుకత ఉంటేనే మన నెక్స్ట్ స్టేజ్ ఆఫ్ లైఫ్ కి మనం వెళ్ళగలుగుతాను. నెక్స్ట్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ లోకి వెళ్ళగలుగుతాం,
reach
నెక్స్ట్ డైమెన్షన్ లోకి వెళ్ళగలుగుతాం.
that next scene.
ఎప్పుడైతే ఆ నెక్స్ట్ సీన్ కి మనం వెళ్ళగలుగుతామో,
That must give me
మన లోపల విల్లు ఉంటేనే అక్కడి వరకు చేరుతాం. అప్పుడే మనకు అది సాటిస్ఫాక్షన్ ఇస్తుంది, ఆనందాన్ని ఇస్తుంది.
keep moving forward.
అప్పుడు మనకు ఉత్సాహం పెరుగుతుంది ఇంకా ముందుకు వెళ్ళడానికి. ఎప్పుడైతే ఆత్మ నేను నన్ను చూసుకున్నానో, నేను ఆత్మ నాకు నెక్స్ట్ ఏంటుంది, ఇంకా నెక్స్ట్ ఏంటుంది అనేటువంటిది ఉత్సాహంగా చూసేదాన్ని. నేను ఈ జీవి నుంచి ఇంకా ఏంటేంటి రావచ్చు అని, ఇంకేంటి ప్రపంచానికి ఇవ్వచ్చు అనేది ఉత్సాహం చూపించేదాన్ని. ఇప్పుడు బ్రహ్మకుమారిస్కి వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఉత్సుకత అనేవి ఇంకా ఆధ్యాత్మికంగా తయారయ్యాయి. నేను ఎందుకంటే భగవంతుని యొక్క పవిత్రత యొక్క సారాన్ని ఫీల్ అవ్వాలని నేను ఎప్పుడు ట్రై చేస్తూ వచ్చాను. ఎందుకంటే ఈ ప్రపంచంలో భగవంతుడి యొక్క శక్తి అయితే ఉన్నది. నేను కేవలం వారితో కనెక్ట్ అవ్వడమే కాదు, కానీ ఆ కనెక్షన్ తోని వారితో జీవించాలని అనుకున్నాను. నేను ఎప్పుడైతే రాజయోగాలోకి వచ్చానో, నాలోని ఆ అవేకనింగ్ వచ్చింది. ఎందుకంటే ఆత్మలోని ఏదైతే రికార్డింగ్ ఉందో అది బయటికి మేల్కొలుపుగా వచ్చింది అని అనిపించింది. ఇప్పుడు భగవంతుని యొక్క శక్తితోని నేను ఏం అనుభవం చేసుకుంటున్నానో మీకు అందరికీ కూడా మీకు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయాలనుకుంటున్నాను. మీరు ఎప్పుడైతే ఆహారాన్ని సరిగ్గా తీసుకుంటామో, ఎప్పుడైతే జీవుల్ని బాధ పెట్టకుండా ఆహారాన్ని తీసుకుంటామో, అప్పుడు ప్రపంచానికి ఎంతో మేల్కొల్పు తీసుకురాగలుగుతాము. అసలు ఆలోచించండి, నేను ఎప్పుడు మిలియన్స్ సంపాదించాలి అని అనుకున్నాను. అలాంటిది ఎప్పుడైతే ఈ ఆధ్యాత్మికం వైపుకి వచ్చానో, అప్పుడు భగవంతుని యొక్క శక్తిని నేను ఫీల్ అవ్వాలి అని అనుకున్నాను. నేనైతే ఆ శక్తి యొక్క స్వరూపంగా మారాలనుకున్నాను. నేను లోతుగా ఏమి నమ్ముతానంటే, మన అందరి లోపల కూడా ఒక రికార్డింగ్ ఉంది, ఒక ఫ్యూచర్ యొక్క రికార్డింగ్ ఉంది. అది ఆత్మలో కూర్చొని ఉంది, లోతుగా కూర్చొని ఉంది. ఎప్పుడైతే అది బయటికి రావాలి అంటే దానికి ఉత్సుకత కావాలి. దానిలోని ఎంతో ఎమోషన్ ఉంది, ఆ ఉత్సుకతలోని ఎమోషన్ ఉంది. అది స్వయాన్ని చాలా లోతుగా తెలుసుకోవడంలోనే ఉంది. ఆత్మగా
ఎమోషన్, a little push, a little intoxication.
మనకు కావాల్సింది కేవలం ఆత్మ యొక్క నశ, ఆత్మ యొక్క చిన్న పుషప్ ఉండాలి.
Curious about knowing God or coming closer to God, because I feel somewhere curiosity takes you towards.
మీరు భగవంతుడి వైపుకి రావాలని ఎప్పుడైనా సరే ఉత్సాహం చూపించారా? ఎందుకంటే భగవంతుని వైపుకి రావాలి అంటే ఎంతో కొంత ఉత్సుకత ఉండాలి అని నా భావన. దానికి జెన్నా సిస్టర్ చెప్తున్నారు,
అండర్స్టాండింగ్ where I am now and where I was.
నేనైతే ఇప్పుడు కొన్ని విషయాలు మీకు క్లియర్ గా అర్థం చేయించగలుగుతున్నాను. ఎందుకంటే నాకు కొంచెం ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ వచ్చింది కాబట్టి. కానీ నేను ఎప్పుడైతే యంగర్ డేస్ లో ఉన్నానో, నేను భగవంతుడి వైపు నడవాలని ఎప్పుడు అనుకోలేదు. నాకు ఎప్పుడు కూడా నా చుట్టూ ఒక శక్తి నన్ను కాపాడుతుంది, రక్షిస్తుంది అనేది ఎప్పుడు అనిపించేది. అందువల్ల నాకు ఆ ఉత్సాహం ఎప్పుడు ఉండేది కాదు. ఎప్పుడైతే నా తల్లిదండ్రులు నాకు జ్ఞానాన్ని వినిపించడం మొదలు పెట్టారో, ఆత్మ యొక్క జ్ఞానాన్ని, ఆత్మ యొక్క స్థితిలోకి ఎలా వెళ్ళాలి, మన శక్తుల్లోకి ఎలాగ వెళ్ళాలి అనేది ఎప్పుడైతే చెప్పారో, అప్పటి నుంచే నేను భగవంతుని వైపుకి నడిచాను.
And then they started to tell me about the importance of my choices. That if you make good choices,
నా చాయిసెస్ యొక్క ఇంపార్టెన్స్ వాళ్ళు నాకు అర్థం చేయించారు. మీరు మంచి చాయిసెస్ చేస్తే మంచి వైపు నడుస్తారు అని వారు చెప్పారు. అప్పుడు నాకు ఈ ఉత్సాహం అనేది పెరిగింది. ఎందుకంటే ఏమీ తెలియకపోతే చాలా కాంప్లికేట్ గా అనిపిస్తూ ఉంటుంది. మనం ప్రపంచంలో చాలా మంచి చేస్తూ ఉంటాము, కానీ బయట
And it can make you very
అని అనిపిస్తుంది.
confused.
అప్పుడు మనకి చాలా కన్ఫ్యూజన్ ఉంటుంది.
Complicated.
అప్పుడు
So I
జీవితం
consider
చాలా
that there are
కాంప్లికేటెడ్
all these things
అనిపిస్తుంది.
happening to me.
మనకు అనిపిస్తుంది నేను ఇంత మంచిదాన్ని కదా, అయినా సరే నాకు ఎందుకు ఇలా జరుగుతుంది అని.
Gosh, I know that person has been so unkind to their mother. I
నాకు
know
అనిపిస్తూ ఉంటుంది.
how
అంటే
abundant and how great
అప్పుడు
everything
అనిపిస్తుంది
is for them.
వాళ్ళు ఇలాగా చెడుగా ఉన్నారు కదా, ఎందుకు వాళ్ళకి ఇలాగది అలాగని కూడా మనకు అనిపిస్తుంది.
The significance of karma.
అందుకని నేను కర్మ యొక్క
Increased as well.
గుహ్యగతిని అర్థం చేసుకోవడానికి
And it took
చాలా
me down
ఉత్సాహం
this path.
చూపించాను. అప్పుడు నన్ను
Along with your
ఈ
thoughts.
ఆధ్యాత్మిక దారి వైపుకు తీసుకొచ్చింది.
I feel curiosity, as it is said, it's a mother of faith.
ఉత్సుకత అంటే
Mm.
మొత్తం ఈ క్రియేషన్ అంతటికి కూడా ఒక తల్లి లాంటిది, జనని లాంటిది. ఎందుకంటే మనస్సు బుద్ధి ఎప్పటి వరకు అయితే క్రియేటివ్ గా ఉండవో, సృజనాత్మకంగా ఉండవో, అప్పటి వరకు ఉత్సుకత అనేది రాదు. మన లోపల ఉన్న ఒరిజినాలిటీలోని ఏదైనా పని చేస్తేనే అప్పుడు మనం ఉత్సుకత ఉంటుంది. కేవలం మనుషుల వల్ల, వస్తువుల వల్ల, పరిస్థితుల వల్ల మనము లాగపడుతున్నాము, వారి వైపు వెళ్ళిపోతున్నాము అంటే మన ఉత్సాహం అనేది మనకు ఒక మంచి ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఇవ్వదు. మీరు ఎలాగైతే మీరు అన్నారో మీరు మిలియనీర్ గా అవ్వాలి అని అనుకున్నారు, అక్కడ కూడా ఒక ఉత్సుకత పనిచేసింది, కానీ అది మీకు అర్థమైంది ఇది అన్ని లిమిటెడ్ విషయాలు, ప్రపంచానికి ఎంతో ఇవ్వడానికి అన్లిమిటెడ్ గా వెళ్ళాలి అని మీకు అర్థమైంది. అందువల్ల ఉత్సుకత అనేది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఎందుకంటే ఉత్సుకత ఉంటేనే సృజనాత్మకంగా మనం తయారవుతాం. ఆ సృజనాత్మకంగా ఎప్పుడైతే తరుగుతామో అప్పుడు ఉత్సుకత ఇంకా పెరుగుతుంటుంది. ఈ రెండిట్ల మధ్య ఎంత
I mean, that energy of enthusiasm looking forward to the next scene, or is it a desire that is unfulfilled?
కోరిక మరియు ఉత్సుకత ఈ రెండింటి మధ్య చాలా ఒక సన్నటి గీత ఉంది. ఇది కోరిక అంటే అది పూర్వజన్మలోని నా లోపల ఉన్నటువంటి ఎఫెక్ట్ వల్ల ఉన్నటువంటి కోరిక, లేదంటే అది ఉత్సుకత అని తెలియాలి. అందువలన మనకు ఆ థిన్ లైన్ తెలియాలి అంటే ఆత్మ గురించి, పరమాత్మ గురించి, సమయం గురించి, కర్మ గురించి మనకి చాలా క్లియర్ గా అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి. ఎప్పుడైతే నేను అతీతంగా అవుతూ ఉంటానో అప్పుడు నేను నా లోపల ఆత్మ యొక్క పర్సనాలిటీలోకి వెళ్తూ ఉంటాను. అప్పుడు ఇంకా సూక్ష్మంగా మారిపోతూ ఉంటుంది. ప్రతి విషయాన్ని కూడా చాలా సూక్ష్మంగా అర్థం చేసుకొని ఇది నేను ట్రూ సెల్ఫ్ తో ఉన్నానా, లేదంటే ఇది కేవలం ఒక ఇల్యూషనా అనేది నేను అర్థం చేసుకుంటూ ఉంటాను. అప్పుడు నేను ఆ ఆన్సర్ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయడానికి కూడా ఒక ఉత్సుకత చూపిస్తాను.
Will lead you towards solutions and new realities, but your desires will take
మీ
you further.
ఉత్సుకత మంచి రియాలిటీస్ లోకి తీసుకెళ్తది, కానీ మీ కోరికలు అయితే మటుకు ఈ మనకి కష్టంగా అనిపిస్తుంది జీవితాన్ని. ఒక మేనేజ్మెంట్ కన్సల్టెంట్ గురించి ఒక కథ చెప్పాలనుకుంటున్నాను. 20 ఏళ్లలోనే ఆయన ప్రపంచాన్ని గెలవాలి అని కోరుకున్నారు. ఆయనకున్న దానికన్నా ఎంతగా తీసుకోవాలి. ఎప్పుడైతే ఇంటికి ఆయన తిరిగి వస్తూ ఉంటే ఆయన ఎప్పుడు పార్టీస్ లోనే ఉండేవారు. ఒకసారి ఆయన ఇంటికి చేరుకున్న తర్వాత పార్టీ మధ్యలోంచి వెళ్ళిపోయారనమాట. ఆయన వెళ్ళిపోయి నాకెందుకు ఈ పార్టీలోని సంతోషంగా అనిపించట్లేదు అని అనుకుంటూ చూశారు. అయితే ఎప్పుడైతే మీదకి వెళ్ళిపోయారో అక్కడ ఒక ఏకాంతంలో కూర్చొని నేను ఎందుకు సంతోషంగా లేను, నేను ఎందుకు హ్యాపీగా లేను అని అప్పుడు ఆయనకి వేరే జీవితాన్ని వేరే విధంగా చూసేటువంటి ఒక ఉత్సుకత కలిగిందనమాట. కొంతమందికి తమలో ఉన్న ఉత్సుకత కొత్త జీవితానికి, కొత్త పునాదికి, లేదంటే మనం చేయగలిగిన దానికన్నా ఇంకొంచెం ఉన్నతగా చేయడానికి మనకి పనిచేస్తుంది. నేను మీరు చెప్పిన కథకి ఒక కంటిన్యూషన్ ఇద్దాం అనుకుంటున్నాను.
because I think
అంటే
there's
కోరిక
something
మరియు ఉత్సుకత ఈ
inherent
రెండింటి
that
యొక్క
we have to recognize in the quality
వ్యత్యాసం
of
గురించి
Kreena.
చెప్పాలనుకుంటున్నాను.
But you see, if that eagerness doesn't take you towards some level of solution or growth in your
ఉత్సుకత
mind, you start to
మీలోని
develop
ఒక గ్రోత్
this
కానీ ఒక డెవలప్మెంట్
this
వైపు కానీ
frustration or disheartenment
తీసుకెళ్ళకపోతే
or disappointment
మనము
or
ఫ్రస్ట్రేషన్
anxiety
లోకి వెళ్ళిపోతాము,
or
యాంగ్జైటీలోకి వెళ్ళిపోతాము,
discontent or disheartened
నిరుత్సాహపరిచిపోతాము.
from feeling like you're
ఎప్పటికీ కూడా
trying
ఏంటి
to
కష్టంగా
prove
అనిపిస్తూ
yourself down
ఉంటుంది.
to everyone. Check
అందువల్ల
and
నేను
see
అందరికీ ఈ
if it's
విషయం
really eagerness.
చెప్పాలనుకుంటున్నాను.
It could be that
అది
desire
ఉత్సుకత
that's
కాకపోవచ్చు, అది
really
కేవలం
pulling you
కోరిక
back
అవ్వచ్చు.
into that place, into that discomfort which has you
ఎందుకంటే
feeling
ఆ కోరికే
trapped,
మళ్ళీ
maybe
మిమ్మల్ని ఆ డిస్కంఫర్ట్ లోకి
upset,
తీసుకెళ్తుంది,
confused
మిమ్మల్ని
about
కన్ఫ్యూజన్ లోకి
wanting to
తీసుకెళ్తుంది.
progress. Sometimes
మీరు
we want to
ఉన్నతంగా
progress
ఎదగాలి అనుకుంటాము,
and move forward in
మనం
our
ఒక
lives,
పర్టికులర్
but we're
మెథడ్
uncertain
ఉపయోగిస్తాము,
is it coming from
కానీ
my preordained future that is destined for me,
నాకు
or
ఫ్యూచర్ లో ఉన్న
is it
దాని
an
నుంచి నాకు
element of
కనెక్ట్ అవ్వట్లేదు
experience that I
అనిపిస్తుంది,
didn't get, that I want to
నాకు
get,
రాలేదు,
that is
నాకు
hindering it now to attain?
కావాల్సింది రాలేదు
The desire
అనేటువంటిది,
to just make
ఆ ఫ్రస్ట్రేషన్
everything
ఏదైతే
so
ఉందో
challenging to attain.
ఆ జీవితంలో
So
ప్రతిదాన్ని
what I think
ఛాలెంజింగ్
is
గా
the essence of
మార్చేస్తుంది.
your story would like to
అందువల్ల నేను
capture
ఒక
everything
విషయం పైన
that you want to add to this.
కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ చేద్దాం
He's had
అనుకుంటున్నాను.
everything and he's had so many
ఇప్పుడు మీరు చెప్పిన
chances.
కథలోని అన్ని ఉన్నాయి ఆయన
There's
దగ్గర,
a time
మంచి పార్టీలు
limit.
కూడా ఉన్నారు, కానీ ప్రతిదానికి ఒక టైం లిమిట్
That
ఉంటది.
there's some connection to eagerness and even a time, the time for something to happen.
సమయానికి మరియు
Like
ఉత్సుకతకి
perhaps
కూడా
everything is
ఒక
working
కనెక్షన్ ఉంది కదా.
and all of a sudden, bam, you drop into a hole and you don't know why. There's a time where things have not been good.
చాలా
And all of
సార్లు
a
సమయం
sudden,
ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే చాలా
bottom
మంచిగా
line,
నడుస్తూ ఉంటుంది,
you
సడన్ గా ఒక చెడుగా
break free
మారిపోతూ ఉంటుంది. అలాగే
and feel freedom
చెడుగా
again.
ఉన్నటువంటి సమయము ఒకేసారి సమయం రాగానే అది
Have you
అన్ని
seen
మంచిగా
that?
మారిపోతుంది.
Yeah,
ఇలాంటి పరిస్థితులు మీరు కూడా చూసుంటారు
definitely.
కదా.
This is a part of everybody's life.
ఇది అందరి
It's like
జీవితంలోని
a
ఒక
success curve which
విధం,
drops
అది ఒక
at
సక్సెస్
one
కర్వ్.
point of time. Because
Yeah.
ఒక పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ టైం లోనే ఆ సక్సెస్ కర్వ్ డ్రాప్
success is
అయిపోతుంది.
also very exponential in nature. So when it comes
ఎందుకంటే
to
సక్సెస్ కూడా
eagerness,
చాలా ఎక్స్పోనెన్షియల్, అంటే
it's
ఎదుగుతూ
somewhere,
కనిపిస్తుంది.
so that
కానీ ఒక హైయెస్ట్ పాయింట్ కి వెళ్ళిపోయిన తర్వాత అది ఎక్కడో దగ్గర కింద పడిపోవాలి.
find a new path.
అలాగే ఈ క్యూరియాసిటీ అంటే కొత్త విధానానికి
And
ఏదైతే
helps us
క్యూరియాసిటీ
to
ఉందో
grow and reach another
ఉంటుందో
success curve in life. But this is a continuous process in living.
అప్పుడు
We need to enjoy it.
Something that I
మనము ఈ
observed
కర్వ్స్
during
అన్నిటిని కూడా
pandemic,
ఎంజాయ్ చేయాల్సిందే. నేను
when
ఏదైతే
people were
పాండమిక్ లో
overwhelmed
చూసానో,
for
ఈ
quite
ప్రపంచం
a
అంతా కూడా
which was
చాలా
the
నెలలుగా
virus,
ఎంతో బాధపడుతూ ఉన్నారు.
people
చాలా
were
మంది
alone
మనుష్యులు
with themselves
వారు
or
కేవలం వారితో
isolated
మాత్రమే,
in a room
లేదంటే వారి
looking for
కుటుంబంతోనో,
help.
రూమ్మేట్స్ తోనో, కంప్యూటర్స్ తోనో ఉన్నారు,
And I
లేదంటే ఒక
observed
పెట్ తో ఉన్నారు.
there was a kind of a frustrated energy
ఒక పాయింట్ లోని
and
ప్రతి ఒక్కరిలోని
people
ఒక
wanted
ఫ్రస్ట్రేషన్ ఎనర్జీ
to
వచ్చేసింది.
break out of this. So there was, I think,
ఈ
the biggest
4 గోడల
sign
మధ్యలోంచి బయటికి రావాలి అనేటువంటిది వచ్చేసింది.
during the pandemic was
ఎందుకంటే
eagerness. That there was this
ఎందుకంటే ఈ
time where
పాండమిక్
everybody
లోని బాగా
experienced this time
పెరిగినటువంటిది
where
ఏటయింది అని అంటే అది
there has to
ఉత్సుకత.
be more to my life than
నా
this.
జీవితంలో దీనికన్నా ఇంకా సాధించాల్సింది ఏదో ఉంది అని ఎన్నోసార్లు
During the pandemic,
చెప్తూ అంటే
was that
అనిపించింది ఆ కరోనా
true?
టైం.
Or am I really doing what is right for me? Is this really for me?
లేదంటే ఆ సమయంలో
And
అందరూ
that
చెక్ చేసుకున్నది
eagerness
ఏంటి అని అంటే,
bubbling inside of people
ఇది
so
నేను నిజంగా
much.
చేయాలనుకున్నది నేను
People who
చేస్తున్నానా,
study
నా
or
జీవితంలో సరిగ్గానే
who are
జరిగింది
spiritual people,
జరిగిందని
they have this
ఆధ్యాత్మికం వైపు నడిపించే వాళ్ళు కూడా,
what next?
నడుస్తున్న వాళ్ళు
Okay,
కూడా
this such a period has come.
జీవితంలో నెక్స్ట్ ఇంకేంటి
Next step for
అనేటువంటి,
us. How do
నాకు
we
జీవితంలో
turn
నెక్స్ట్ ఏంటి
our
ఉన్నది,
way of efforts and
మన
solutions,
జీవితంలోని మనం
you know,
చేస్తున్నటువంటి శ్రమ లేదంటే సేవ ఇంకా ఎలాగ
Very
మార్చుకోవాలి
true. Very
అనేటువంటి
true. And when I
వైపుకి
spoke of
తీసుకెళ్ళింది.
spiritual, for those of you who might have joined for the first time, or for
మీరు
those of
ఫస్ట్
you
టైం
who are in your
జాయిన్ అయిన వాళ్ళు
20s,
ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో వారికి
my
చెప్తున్నాను,
differentiation of a so-called spiritual person versus a person who is trying to get onto the path of spirituality. It's
ఆల్రెడీ
more
ఆధ్యాత్మికంగా
a
ఉన్నటువంటి
little bit
వ్యక్తికి
more
ఇంకా
insight and
ఆధ్యాత్మికత
awareness than
వైపుకి
anything else is
వెళ్తున్నటువంటి వ్యక్తికి చాలా తేడా
I'm just
ఉందని
open
అనుకుంటాం. కానీ ఉన్న తేడా
to
ఏంటి అని
more.
అంటే ఆధ్యాత్మికంగా ఉన్న వారికి
Applies the tools
ఒక అవేర్నెస్ ఉంటుంది. ఏది జరుగుతుంది, ఎలాగా, నా
there is
స్ట్రెంగ్త్
a
ఏంటి, నా
deep
వీక్నెస్
memory
ఏంటి అని.
like the way that
అదే
Jenna shared
ఆధ్యాత్మికత
before
వైపు
this.
వెళ్తున్న వారికి ఇంకా
Something that if you're
ఆ
spiritual,
అవేర్నెస్ ఉండదు అంతే.
you just put on a white sari and a badge, or you're
అంటే
Buddhist
కేవలం
and you're
ఆధ్యాత్మికం వైపు నడుస్తున్నాం అంటే ఒక తెల్ల చీర
or somebody like that. You've taken the time to
కాదు
understand
అని అర్థం
yourself a little
చేసుకోవాలి.
more.
ఇవన్నీ కూడా
There
అర్థం
may be others
చేసుకోవడానికి
who
చాలా సమయం
are
పడుతుంది.
thinking about this one, that one, how much money, clothes, hair, makeup, this. A lot of that energy gets more focused on self-development. So that's the difference. That's a difference. So I
Thank
just
you.
wanted to
I mean,
point
it
that
was,
out.
yeah, it was really nice because maybe some would feel that they're just talking from the spiritual perspective, which we may not
Yeah.
understand, but you really help them to understand that even to see from a spiritual point of view is so much human.
Yeah.
To see your own strengths, to know your own weaknesses, and this is a integral part as a human being. Thank you, Jenna.
Very true.
I think eagerness also has connection with willingness.
Yeah, they're definitely partners in crime. It's like they both are needed. What I've learned,
It's like
everyone,
the commitment, something like that.
it is. What I've learned in my journey is the nature of the soul is to progress. The soul doesn't want to step back. It never wants to lose. And sometimes I think if you have at least the willingness to progress and to move forward, ego will be right there to help to support you. It won't leave you alone. And I feel that as we develop internally and you accept in your own life, you must accept this energy of the soul, this being of light behind your eyes, having a really deep, intimate connection with God, the supreme energy. You will be willing to get up and get going. And there will be this energy of looking forward to something, not out of an expectation. Expectation, again, is connected to desire. Desire is connected to attachment and ego. Well, that goes a whole bag of stuff that gets confusing. But to know that inside of the soul, there's a fundamental, eternal connection between the soul and the supreme power. And when that connection between the soul and God has been forgotten or broken over a long period of time, you better believe there should be 8 billion souls in the world right now, eager to make that reconnection because they're aware that there's benefit in this connection, and that by establishing this connection between the self and God intimately will progress your spirit. And so everybody has that vibration. And the only reason why willingness and eagerness might not be in your equation is because you're still at the surface of your existence. You might still be just looking at your name, your gender, the color of your skin. In America, there's a lot of challenge about racism here and classism. But one of the things that you've heard about African Americans have educated me to say that souls who are Caucasian and with white bodies in America walk around with this sense of privilege. I couldn't understand what they meant. What do you mean white people walk around with privilege? Then as I started to mature and I realized, wow, my life is really a blessed life. I have a lot of things that many people haven't had or been exposed to. And then it's privilege that things keep coming to you easily versus if you keep making effort for everything. And the reason why everything seems so challenging is because you have the idea, the color of my skin, because of my religion, because I'm an immigrant, so many limitations that we put on our souls that really makes things difficult for us. But within that, we're so eager to get out of it. And I think when we apply the virtue of eagerness, connect it to your intimacy to God. Connect your eagerness to envisioning your belonging to all of humanity, because the experience you're getting from God is making your spirit so generous that wherever you go, people will feel a deep sense of belonging to you. There's so many gifts in these virtues and values, Kreena, that I can see how beneficial they would be if we were to apply them more and more.
Yes. In today's corporate world, they teach that if you want to be eager to achieve your targets, then there should be stress. And the stress will lead to more anxiousness, no? So really, that's the way a person will be more ego? What do you think?
Well, what's the condition of the corporate sector of society?
Yes.
They're not doing so well emotionally, or physically. So I won't answer that because I think that makes no sense. I think what they're trying to communicate to their staff and their employees is be driven and be inspired to not only build yourself up, because if you're building yourself up, I know you will build our company up. And I think many people in the corporate sector might just require someone like you to come in and remind them that if they want their company to thrive and to become a multi-billion-dollar company, then have people guide your employees to work on their self-development so that they're satisfied and contented in their jobs and they're able to do their jobs more effectively. So, sector for sure.
Today I had a program, with the company employees, and my talk was the last one at the end of the day. And you can imagine, with all the statistics and all their problems and all their different areas of their work, they were loaded with so much of information. And at the end, I was just there in front of them, and I just felt that the aim today is to just let loose of their tightness and the stress that they have gone through. Let this being cool. Really, I feel the only thing I had to, because was already there so much of information, but what they required at the level of the spirit.
Yeah.
So it
Well,
was
maybe
a wonderful experience.
I'm sure, and I hate to be the last after a conference. I know what that feels like.
Yes.
I am meditation. It's the beautiful words of wisdom through Sister Kreena. And if you've picked up anything that I've shared, how is that going to help you to really balance out your eager and willingness, your curiosity and eagerness, discerning just conversation?
Silence. the one receiving energy from the source. Silence. Silence heals original peace within. Silence teaches me how to listen, guides me. Stay in silence and make yourself free. Go deep, so quiet. The soul becomes still. Silence of the soul. Stillness. The deep experience of silence. Silence cannot be shaken. Filling with truth and love. In silence, God works on the soul. Changes the soul. Gives strength. No thoughts, only soothing silence. Stillness beyond. In this world, but not of this world.
Om Shanti. it's interesting. Many times when we guide souls in meditation, one of the things that we share with souls, don't be so eager to gain an experience in meditation. Just trust that what you're supposed to experience will emerge. So I think that when it comes on to a deeper reflective process with the soul, or in meditation, eagerness is not the value that you need. You would need trust. But when it comes to connecting the dots of life, connecting with people, getting assignments completed, achieving a deadline or goal, that eagerness pulls you because the vision in your head is saying that has to get done. That has to be completed. Don't forget to apologize to this one. It's like it's just a vision in you. It pulls you. When it comes to your meditation between the soul and God, it just is. It's more of the value of surrender, trust, and letting go. So, Kreena, I hope everybody enjoyed that meditation that we just did together.
I'm sure. Sorry, I have to find it, Kreena. Yeah. Okay. The sister did. Okay. Maybe did you leave the session? No, you were co-host. You can
She's there.
You can unmute your. Oh, this is a different one. Okay.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Now it's done. So
Okay.
yes, it was wonderful. It was wonderful to dive deep in midst of a conversation and feel your stillness within. You should love. I mean, that's what I felt, that you should love in a second to just be in deep silence or stillness. And you should love coming back into sound where you are eager to feel good about yourself and others. This is what I felt from the practice of meditation at this time, this moment.
And you heard what I was sharing, right? That you don't ever go into meditation with that eagerness. That's not the best quality.
I think it's a natural state of mind that is being taught through meditation. It's like a natural state where you have to practice with the method of meditation, a natural state of your mind. So I think everyone will be eager to feel that. That eagerness would not be wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to use eagerness in going into the experience. I kind of use the value of trust, because what if I don't gain an experience,
Okay.
But I feel that everyone, I mean, I'd be curious to hear what some of the viewers are feeling as well, if they want to, in the chat box. But Kreena, I mean, what a value to acknowledge 8 billion souls on the planet are all, whether publicly or privately, eager to have a better version of themselves, to be loved.
Absolutely.
To give love, to be at peace with themselves, to share peace. It's a big thing.
It's a big thing, but it has started in a small way. Like, for example, after the Twin Tower happening, people got together.
Yeah.
They made that spot for a prayer. Even those who were not praying earlier, they wanted to come and stand together for the prayer. So they are trying to use eagerness in a very nice way, maybe for a little time, for a little span of time. But then we hope that time increases the eagerness to become your better version and helping others also, praying for others. And that's beautiful.
Yeah. It always feels like this energy or value is connected to, the doing. Like, even though it's a vibe, it's a feeling, it's an emotion, it's so connected to moving forward. It's a forward moving virtue or value. It's like, let's get this done together. I'm eager to see you. I'm eager to acquire financial freedom. I'm eager to build my company to this level of, finance or whatever. And it's connected to people, things. It's very much connected to people, places, and things. Or it's not
So
that
then what would you
useful.
like to advise? What would you like to advise more in this? Because what
I
you're
think
talking about is what is happening nowadays in the world. But in this scenario, what would you like to advise them?
I'd actually mentioned it earlier on when I was
Yes.
connecting the importance of acknowledging the self, the soul,
Yes.
and deepening in very intimate private relationship with God and beginning to really understand the mastery of karma. I think if the whole world, and I mean this, if the entire world chooses to become more reflective with the world behind their eyes, and they start to discern and look within themselves, what is a truth, what is an illusion, what gives joy, what they can toss out of themselves and out of their lives, and make that connection with the self, the soul, and God, the Supreme, there'd be such an amplification of such enthusiasm that soul will have no time to waste on looking at the defects of people, thinking about the defects of people, speaking about the defects of people, because they're on to bigger and better things. And when a soul is driven by such values, and also all the values offered by the Values and Spirituality Forum that takes place here all the time, can you imagine the kind of a success that emerges from souls who use their thoughts, words, and actions in a way that supports growth, benefit, development, progress, forward thinking, freedom, divinity, virtues, beauty, power? Just think about the contribution they would make on the planet. Nobody is eager to hurt somebody. Nobody wants to be eager to lie and cheat someone. That's a different topic. And that's not even a virtue. That's a different energy that is connected to body awareness. But if you're eager, my friends out there, you must be feeling the call of time in your spirit. And I'm sure your spirit must be asking you to pay more attention to what you're thinking and feeling, and to be able to make that connection to God when you've tapped into the right feelings, so that they can be amplified and you can start to trust your decisions, your world, the relationships that you forge around you are all about moving you forward. It's all about progress. It's all about enthusiasm.
Sorry, Sister Jenna, but there is a myth, in this, because there was a pharmacist and he had a very blooming business of his pharmacy shops, he's got number of them. And then he started becoming spiritual and started, and then suddenly one day he just stops doing everything. And I just out of curiosity asked him that, why have you stopped doing everything? What stopped doing the spiritual endeavor? So he said, because I started feeling that I am losing my control on everything, and I am feeling I'm lost, and I have completely developed the disinterest. I mean, that's how he said. As you said, people should understand themselves and tune themselves with the Supreme. And, you were mentioning right now. So many people have this myth, if I'll start doing that, then what about my work? What about my targets? If I don't feel like doing that and I become eager only towards this direction, then they get very puzzled.
It's a part of the journey. You will get more detached. You will start to have a new awareness. You will start to see yourself differently. You will start to see others differently. And you will start to refine the way you've earned your money, spend your money, save your money. You'll begin to refine the way that you engage in your relationships, and it's different and it's new. And yes, at first it might be uncomfortable because you're not sure. But so far, no one has lost out becoming a better version of themselves. They've just actually let go of the things that were actually taking a lot from themselves. And being
Absolutely.
financially wealthy is a great thing. And I don't think no one should be poverty stricken at all. I think to be poverty stricken is a sin. I think to be financially abundant is a wealth and it's a fortune and it's a blessing. The only thing one has to transform is their interpretation towards it. And I think being eager to bring that energy into your wealth and your business and your family is a blessing to mankind.
Sister, do you have any case study, like how I mentioned about this myth, like that? Do you have any case study where eagerness has enabled someone to reach the height of success in some way?
I have definitely a lot of proof of looking at a lot of our senior yogis in the Brahma Kumaris culture, where they've been eager to see if they can embody the qualities and the virtues of God within them. And I've seen them firsthand, them applying that connection within themselves by their morning practice, where they would wake up early in the morning and have an intimate connection to the divine with themselves. Then they would have a regular morning study. Then they would eat a vegetarian meal 3 times a day. And throughout the day, they would pause for a minute or 3 minutes of silence every hour in the hour. And then by 7 p.m. to 7:30, they would sit and reflect on how their day was going. And then by 10 to 11 o'clock, the latest, they would go to bed. So the case study for me is figuring yourself out, understanding yourself, seeing the proof of the benefit of eagerness isn't just a one-time affair. Sometimes eagerness is a part of your nature that helps to keep pushing you ahead in life. And I've seen it over and over again. I've seen it in so many of our members in the Brahma Kumaris. But have I seen that outside of the Brahma Kumari unit? Yes, I have friends who are very close to me who are illuminaries in the world. And they've been eager to change the world. They've been eager to sustain their spiritual movement. They've been eager to finish their next best-selling book for New York Times. They've been eager. It is an energy in you. There are millions of people who have the proof that that energy works if they allow it, spiritually or even physically.
And the case study of the elders in Brahma Kumaris also involves a lot of work, on their side. They are very busy, active,
I think it's a
lot
lot
of
of work.
activity.
I think that I can say for myself, if love is not flowing in me, just to get up from the chair is hard. But if there is a lot of love flowing in my nature, I don't care. Give me the mountain. I'll take it for you. Don't have a problem. Bring me 2 mountains. I'll take it. So again, it comes back to the eagerness connected to, are you, humanity out there? Are you eager to realize and recognize there is an energy that exists that is higher than you and wants to be with you on your journey? That there is this energy of God that we really are missing in terms of allowing it to work through us and make us into better citizens. I think if everybody recognizes that eagerness, the world would be a better place.
So true. It's so true. It was so nice. I mean, I got this chance of asking questions to you, but it was so involving and so practical, removing so many myths of the listeners that some people have segregated spirituality and the worldly matters and Their eagerness is always towards worldly matters, and you blended spirituality into the worldly matters in such a way that a person would be eager through their work, through their activity, through their choices, but to spiritually, enhance and grow from within, grow stronger, grow powerful, feel good about themselves. I think eagerness is a beautiful value used in this way on our path of living. I think
Thank you
we
so
can
much.
always bring out the best. Thank you so much, Jenna Ben. It was lovely, hearing you, listening to you, as always.
Thank you, sister. Thank you, Sister Kreena. And it's funny because if you remember when we reconnected many years ago, I've been eager for us to do more things together in service, and without planning, without pushing, without strategizing or manipulating, the drama emerged this scene where finally my eagerness is being fulfilled, right?
Your thought is very powerful.
It was the
your
vision.
thought is so powerful. I think this
was
would
the
be the
vision.
last marking for our today's session, that if your thought is powerful, your eagerness will hit the
target.
Yes.
I like that. I like that.
Thank
So are there any, I think we're supposed to, if there are any questions, I think, for our illustrious audience, I'm not sure.
Sure. Thank you so much, Sister Jenna and Sister Kreena. Such a very insightful discussion. And I loved it. Sister Jenna, you said that the eagerness has to be future-pulling. Or what is it? Is it temporary? So we all have to think about it. So there's a sister who is asking, she's thinking just how to experience, to see soul, and that soul is remembering the divine. I'm eager to know if my experience is working for me. I'm eager to achieve this, that my vibrations are spreading this far behind my eyes to the whole world. So can you help us how to increase that soul conscious practice and know the experiment and know that the eagerness is working?
Sister Kreena, I think you'd be perfect to answer that question because of all of your years of teaching that.
Sure, Sister.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yes, if you get trained in the right way of how you can practice soul consciousness and then link yourself with the Supreme, it has got a particular training for that. I mean, see, you can become curious and try by yourself, but sometimes then you get questions whether what you're experiencing is right or wrong. You need some sort of verifications too. So it's better that you go to the nearby center, Raj Yoga Center, and do the course of meditation in which you will learn both the aspects in a methodical way, and you will also have people to guide you in the beginning. And then, of course, you will independently meditate, and there will be group meditations also, which again will help you. So I think this would be the right way. If we will explain to you right now, it will be a very lengthy conversation. It can't just happen in just 2 minutes. It's a lifelong experience. So I think the better method would be that you should reach out to your nearby local center and do the course first. And then you can contact Sister Jenna for more guidelines, and she'd be very happy to help you out. Thank you.
I'd like to just add, just start. Whoever asked the question, what you've asked is something where the experts are still working on trying to accomplish, where their connection to God is spreading a wave of vibration around the world to make it better. But something I know that's helped me, even if my practice doesn't feel very strong that day, I wish people well. And if you just try to walk around in the world today or just in your day and wish people's lives to be benefited, you'll feel for yourself how that energy works. And you'll gain experience from that practice, which will gain your confidence in realizing when the soul has a connection with the divine, what it would feel like when that energy starts to spread far and wide. Okay, so good luck on that adventure.
Thank you so much. So this eagerness to experience the spirituality will not happen just now, as Sister Kreena mentioned, but need some practice. Still questions are on that. Another sister is asking, you explained it actually, but what would you advise for new beginners who are highly eager to imbibe BK teachings into their holistic lifestyle, but they're hesitant to follow their code of conduct, dress code, or they do not want to put themselves in specific grouping leveling?
Don't worry. The BKs won't try to brainwash you into anything. I used to go to the center with my makeup. My driver would drop me off. I would have my shorts on, high heel shoes, everything. My hair was down and flowing. And that sister would just let me in. Om Shanti. Welcome. She would care less what I was wearing, I tell you. And there was something very beautiful in that because I just wanted the peace and just wanted to see the sisters. I just wanted to taste their food. I just wanted to give something in their donation box. I just wanted to see if the sisters need anything. And that was enough for me at that time. And then I started to send my friends to the center. I said, you guys go. This is good for you. It's not for me, but it'll be really good for you. So I had all my friends go to the center. And then I still stayed connected. I still love the sisters. I still remembered how my mother was such a great example. And then I had my trance, out of body vision, experience, awakening. And then it was time. Just like the story of the man that Sister Kreena shared, who was at a party, wealthy, loved everything, and realized he went into the attic and he didn't want to do it anymore. When it's your time, it'll be your time. And you don't have to fight against it or force yourself to be in it. Go. Kreena Ben also shared one of the things she used to look forward to, eager for, was to spend time with the center's sisters. And that used to help her to grow and develop. And so just move. Don't worry about all the sari and the disciplines and the principles. Go because your heart tells you to go, because you know this is good for me. And if it ever becomes your time, nothing can stop it. It'll happen.
I would like to add something to this. Can I?
Yes, yes.
Okay. When I came in contact with this spiritual organization, I recognized the white sari or the white dress as a uniform, just like a school environment or the facilitators or the teachers, so-called teachers, have a same type of appearance, like a uniform. So I never saw the white dress as being a code of conduct for everybody. It was like for the teachers, for the surrendered people, to recognize them when they are on the road, when they are outside, when they are going somewhere. They're so easily recognized. Are you from the Brahma Kumaris? They would ask. So I felt it's just for the recognition sort of discipline for the people who have dedicated themselves in Brahma Kumaris. Yes, those who are coming daily or some days to the center, when they started liking the white, and they said, oh, I would love to wear white. And then they started wearing themselves. Nobody was ever forced that this is our code of conduct and you have to be in white. This was never been told. So wearing white is like a uniform, and it's not really a code of conduct for everybody coming to the center. Secondly, everything else, which is a part of the discipline, An organization, if it wants to last over a long period of time, then at the core, it requires strength. It requires continuous fueling because we're human beings. And when we are in diversity, we have different interests. Everybody's energy works in a particular direction. So, to keep it unified, the energy to be unified, and to have a strong foundation of grounding for the organization, because it's going to spread all over the world, but it has to be grounded. So certain code of conducts is only for the grounding of the organization, and it's not a, a strong order for everybody who comes. So I just wanted to clarify that, because many people have this myth again. If I go there, I have to observe all these code of conducts, otherwise I won't be accepted. But it's not so. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Kreena. Yeah, so at least like as an organization to be grounded, very beautifully said. And I think Sister Jenna brought up really from her real life story. I'm sure the sister is motivated because she says she's eager, imbibe. So yeah, go with the feelings. Like Sister Jenna said, you can be yourself as you feel. But if you go, then you can experience. So I'll just ask one more question, just last question, Sister Jenna, that as you said, that the eagerness has to be future pulling. I love that. Maybe if you can elaborate a little bit more, that sometimes we don't know the line. Am I going? The eagerness is short term and going, I'm being pulled. It's taking me somewhere that will not be my destination, that will leave me dissatisfied. How would I know that my eagerness is accurate?
In our teachings of the Brahma Kumaris, we have 3 pieces of paper that we read every morning called the Murli. And the Murli is a reminder, a guidance, a love letter from the divine and Brahma Baba, who founded the Brahma Kumaris. And I think that where I connect my eagerness is my eagerness in alignment with the guidance and the directions given to me by the divine. And sometimes it takes some time to understand what God tells you because you're so jumbled up inside. You don't necessarily have the wisdom to discern if this is coming from me or if this is coming from the divine, from God, from Baba. And so what happens with that is over, pretty much long period of time, you do become aware that if I do this, this will happen. If I do that, this will happen. These are universal laws. So I believe that the eagerness in you that has the willingness, as Kreena mentioned, to apply certain truths that you're receiving from above, you can trust it. So the eagerness connected to truth, wisdom, spiritual knowledge, if it's moving you towards implementing, applying these 2 ideas in whatever you have to do, you can trust it. If somehow you feel that the energy is, again, it turns into a desire or an expectation, whatever, and you're compromising what we call in the Brahma Kumari Srimad, advice from the divine, the wisdom, the spirituality that you're getting every day, if somehow it's compromising that, and you are feeling this sort of a unfulfilled attachment to something you've not had, but you feel you want, you feel like it's very difficult, you feel conflicted, you'll be very dualistic, it'll keep pulling you further back and you feel like you want to progress. You will not feel the satisfaction that you're expecting to feel. Then if you've had that experience once, twice, 3 times, 5 times, 10 times, then you will be the knower of that experience. And then your discernment will say, I can't keep going in Does that make sense?
Totally
Did
makes
that help?
sense. Very, very deep insight. Eagerness with wisdom, and know that experience that is taking you to a dissatisfaction, space of dissatisfaction means back home,
Right.
and it has to be
Right.
aligned.
Right.
Thank you so much. Sister Kreena, you would like to add anything? Sister Jenna gave wonderful answer.
Yes, yes, absolutely. It's full. Thank you.
Much. I'm sure there is some meditation that Sister Jenna has lined up for us. So before I go to vote of thanks to Dr. Ashok Mehta, somebody's asking if we can get that video, the meditation video, Sister Jenna, if you could share, we can share with all.
Yes,
And,
I'll ask Brother Santosh to send that in an email, and then I think he'll be able to send it to you.
Yes.
Okay.
And also somebody's asking, are we allowed to contact Sister Jenna for further guidance, understanding, upliftment?
Sure. I'm here in service for all souls. And I don't know if this is right or wrong, or if it's accurate or not. I know we all need time to process and change ourselves. However, I do wish that when souls really come for advice and guidance, you really take it in as a truth that will move you forward. And it's not just, like surfing social media, but it's that you really take a pause and you really take it in, because deep down you have this eagerness to change. And so, yes, contact me if you really are interested in that, because I feel like our time and energy is so valuable right now. We don't want to waste a second of it. So yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much. That's wonderful. So anybody who likes to have Sister Jenna's contact, please send us an email. Then we can. Thank you. So now I will invite Dr. Mehta. Thank you.
Ayashok Bhai, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Yes, we enjoyed the dialogue. I think dialogues take you deeper inside, whether it's from a curiosity to eagerness or search for truth to eagerness. But eagerness, I think, triggers a progress, both internal and external. I have seen the external progress in science from the eagerness to bring about a change. For example, as a surgeon, when I was in my early years, in the early 60s, 64, 65, we used to do a lot of experiments on heart transplants in the animals, in the dogs. And not realizing that through experiments that we were doing in the lab would become a reality in the next year and a half or two. And that's what happens. I think many of us, we want to know about the God, about so many unknowns. Why should some people, live a very rich life and somebody has to live in abstract poverty? And then of course, we all talk about the principles of karma. But this is, again, people do not realize how it functions, in the practice. Because, and this is what is our eagerness to understand, eagerness to go back to the unknown. I think you have brought it out very beautifully, especially in our progress in spirituality, to know, and we are fortunate that we have had the opportunity of being in this organization of Brahma Kumaris, where the truth comes directly from the Supreme. I think that's first thing is one has to accept that this kind of opportunity to quench our thirst or eagerness to know the truth is available right here in front of us. Both of you have brought it out and so beautifully. I think your life is such a dedicated, and you've done so much of service in 40 years or more, both of you. think we have enjoyed to know the beautiful exposition of the discovery through the eagerness. Thank you very much. Enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Om Shanti.
Sister Claudia, good. You have to unmute.
Thank you very much to Sister Jenna and Sister Kreena. It was very nice to hear both of you. And I like to tell Sister Jenna that also when I came the beginning of my Brahma Kumaris, I want to master the karma, studies of karma. And then up to now, I'm still eager to be a master of that because I figured out that karma was the base of my life. So then from that time, very at the beginning, I start be eager. I'm still looking at that. And I think it's like if a doctor is from doctor of the body or doctor of the soul, we are all eager to make the other ones happy and healthy. So I think that eager is always on the, like you said, when there's truth, then we do not have to compromise because we are trying our best. So thank you very much to both of you. You really brought some lights into this topic. So thank you to be with us today.
And on behalf of
my
everyone,
dear.
thank you so much. The whole seniors sitting in front of us and such insight, I always say, it touches our hearts and really stays with us to guide. So thank you. I'll just quickly do the announcement of upcoming program, and then we'll move to our meditation experience with Sister Jenna and Sister Kreena. So we will do the eagerness values workshop on eagerness after 1 week, as we always do. So on Saturday, 3rd June, morning 7 a.m. for West Coast time, that's 7:30 p.m. India time. We'll have Sister Indu from UK this time to take us through the insightful talk and meditation further on eagerness, and we'll have experiential exercises in the first hour. So please join us then. And our next session is episode 67 on helpfulness, Upkarita. For that, we'll have Sister Sashi and Sister Daksha from UK, and they will take us through a conversation and insight on this value. So it is after 2 weeks on Saturday, 10th June, same time, 7:30 a.m. West Coast, US, Canada, and 8 p.m. India time. So please note it and please join us then. And you can check our website at bihartha.in and vancouver.brahmakumaris.ca for all the upcoming programs info, and our videos are available on our YouTube channel. So today's video also you can get that, and I'm sure we all need to revisit, review the classes to bring benefit to ourselves. Thank you, everyone. And before we go for meditation, we want to take the video, photograph. Sister Kreena, are you still with us?
Yes.
If you, thank you. Oh, we can't see your video on.
Yes.
So is it okay? Because always the participants request to have a photograph with the guest. So everyone, please open your video. We'll take a quick virtual photo. Thank you, everyone. Done, and now we are all ready to experience that deeper side, eagerness.
Well, actually, I don't know if Kreena wanted to do a live commentary, but we just had the Om Shanti meditation song at the end of our program today. So
I think we should play that.
Okay,
can
then.
play
So
that.
we'll just
Om
do that.
Shanti,
We'll do
yes.
that. So to everyone out there, thank you so much. To the Values and Spirituality team, Dr. Ashok Mehta. You know, you're one of my heroes. And thank you, Sister Kreena, for making our time together so beautifully orchestrated. So thanks so much.
Thank you from my side too. Thank you so much, all of you. Thank you.
Let's go into an Om Shanti experience. Let your wings fly far and wide. Let go of anything that you feel is uncertain for you. Your doubts, your waste, negativity, never thinking you're good enough. Don't get trapped in your past. Be very present in this moment for you. Recognize that this is your greatest gift offered to you at this time. Use it. Take it wholeheartedly. Own it. Let this be your time to forge forward and make better on your existence. So take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale again. Exhale. Breathe in again. Exhale. Let's go into Om Shanti.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sister Jenna. Thank you, Sister Kreena.
Thank you.
Again, see you again.